Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the last Cloudia video. My name is DK, and today we're going to be going over the newest collab news. If you guys did manage to catch the live stream earlier today, it was a lot of fun. We got some great stuff in store for us. Also, they did announce for the next collab one of my absolute favorite RPGs, the Tales series. We were kind of all skeptical about which Tales games they were going to use for the series. I honestly didn't know what was going to happen with the release of Tales of Arise, our recent ones, Tales of Vesperia. There's been so many Tales games in the series that we just didn't know what they were going to do, and they threw an absolute curveball. One of my favorites. Growing up as a kid, I'm a '90s kid. Tales of Destiny, just a great installment into the RPG world. That's probably why I really liked Last Cloud, is because of these games itself. Star Ocean, the Tales series, back in the day, very similar combat system. That's probably why I'm so into that Last Claudia. And them announcing this collab now, I am beyond excited. We saw the units, we saw the arcs that are coming. They all look fantastic. We didn't really get to see Yuri just yet, or the arc, and what's going to be able to do, but I'm very excited to see what they do with him. The new units that are we dropping, we're going to be we have Stahn, and we also do have Luke. They're both really good in their own different way. We're going to go through the kits. There's a lot of new mechanics that they introduced, and they're pulling the mechanics from the original games. Some are a little niche, but the way I'm looking at it is that they're using the mechanics of the original game to kind of combine it into Last Cloud, and I think it's going to work really well. A lot of it could be niche, but at the end of the day, it's all about having fun and maintaining that the aspect of the original game. So I love it. I love it. I saw the art. I'm probably gonna make this my home screen whenever they showed the art for the the beginning screen and stuff. The Last Claudia X Tales of Destiny or Tales of Abyss or whatnot. So right now, again, we're gonna check out the videos. We're gonna go through the kits. The first one we're gonna check out is Stahn. This guy will be from the Tales of Destinies. We'll go ahead and launch this guy up right now. We'll go ahead and check out the skills. So I love look, oh, so much nostalgia here, man. All right, so I mean, honestly, look at this. So like, okay, so I grew up with this game. We had the little chibi models. I really, after playing it and going through it, I really didn't think to do the research. I know JP actually released a director's cut of the original game, which introduced all new sprites. So this is my first time seeing a full sprite of Stahn. But then I also didn't know about the JP game. I guess, yeah, I don't really know how to read Japanese, so I never really looked into it. But they did an amazing job on his artwork. Now, going into his skills here, he is going to be a single wield user. So we'll go ahead and go through the skills real quick. Now we're going to... So we have, okay, as you can see, this is a really quick animation, 6 hits, and it is at a long distance. So it looks very similar to the way Vayne's S1 is. And we all know Vayne was amazing single wield unit, and this one going to be another fire single wield unit. Moving on, we do have 12 hits on his S2, and that looks really good. How he kind of jumps over, and then kind of looks like it might have some kind of AOE, small little AOE. If something's behind him, it's going to hit. But overall, it looks really, really good. This is probably one of my favorites. Look at this. I just like what's happening here. It goes up to 18 hits on this. Yeah, look at the sprite though. The sprite looks so damn good. And then you have his S4. Yeah, no. It's so good. Even honestly, at the end of the day, even if these units are kind of just mediocre, I don't care. This game has such a hold over me. Yeah, no. So it's gonna be really interesting whenever the update does happen and we start the collab. We are gonna get a ticket. Basically, it's gonna be a 50-50 chance on who you get, either Stahn or Luke. Now, I do have my preference on who I want. Of course, I'm not guaranteed to get anything, but there is that specific unit that I do want. Both are really good in my opinion. Like I said, one's gonna do something different than the other is, but we'll go over that here. Right now we have the first trait, we have Swordian Device. So when attacking with fire physical attacks specials, gain Swordian Device stock. Basically gain more during boss wave. So that's pretty cool. Boost the SD level and device skill effects based on SD stock gained. So you have a max SD of level 6 and SD stock. The level will reset each wave. So we don't know yet how long it's going to take to really fill that up. It says when attacking with fire attacks, looks like you boost this gauge. So at the end of the day, we're going to find out exactly how long it's going to take to get that filled. I'm pretty sure it's not going to take any time at all, because this is where at max SD is when he's really going to shine the most. The next thing we do have here is Heir to the Sun's Courage. We have when only one weapon is equipped. This is what's going to tell us that he's going to be single-willed unit. Fire physical damage is plus 80%, which is very nice. We also have damage cap plus 20k. So now we're sitting at 30k right now innate. We also have when sword has a fire attribute. So in Kagasuchi, we have tons of fire swords that you can use. I'm sure even the collab, I think there might have been a sword in there. I'm not too sure what the element was, but I'm actually really interested to see what his paid stuff is. Maybe he has some kind of break value on it, because he has some kind of breaking mechanics as well. We have sword strength 100%, very nice. Special damage plus 80%, and then special damage cap plus 12k more. So very, very good. Overall, looking really good. Moving on to his skills. All right. Oops. There we go. We have skill 1, Demon Fang. We have frontal, long range fire combo attack. You saw it looks really quick. So that's actually really good. Like I said, very similar to Fang. We have skill 2, Tempest Strike, Whirlwind Leap. So I'm not too sure if it's from full screen. I don't know. You might have to run up, do a little small run up, and then initiate the skill 2. But Whirlwind Leap toward enemies to deal a frontal medium area fire combo attack. Looks like a tiny bit of AoE if they're close enough. Then we have the skill 3, Light Spear Blast, wide area fire combo attack. And then we also have a specialty Final Fury, powerful fire combo attack to one single enemy. Okay, so no multiple enemies, which is kind of a bummer on that, but it is still flashy. So this is where we're gonna dive into this real quick. We have device attack, boost fire damage / damage cap based on SD level max. So the max is SD is level 6, so we get 50% and up to 10k at max SD. I believe this thing does reset per wave, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. Device exceed whenever boosting SD level, restore 1 SCT stock for 1 skill. That's really cool. That's really cool. So every time you boost a level, you get an SCT stock. So I think it is random. It doesn't say anything about a specific skill. It just says 1 SCT stock for 1 skill. So it could be random, kind of like quick trigger. We do have device heavy. We have when physically attacking, boost break based on SD level. So max 150% at SD 6. Again, we'll find out how fast that fills up. And if it does, 150% on that break is really nice. We also have Hot Blooded Man, Battlestar, Autocats Grand Brave, which is going to give us 20% to SCR. And then we have Fort, which is going to give us 20% to defense. The effect lasts until unit is incapacitated, which is very nice. I will take that. We also have Fire Spell when only one weapon is equipped and is one sword and hitting an attribute weakness. So if you lower the enemy's resistance, get that weakness rolling, you'll get a fire physical attack damage cap plus 20,000. So yeah, he's gonna be hitting pretty hard. Probably a little bit, could be hitting him a little bit harder than Adele, maybe on Adele's level. But we also have a breaker built into this unit as well. We have one bladed breaker, which you can stack with one bladed breaker. When only one weapon is equipped, physical attack break is 150. So at the SD level, you have 150% at max level, and then you get an additional 150 when only one weapon's equipped, which should be a sword, because I believe he does have sword high boost. Yeah, you'll get 300% right there to break. Then for the additional skills, we do have attack up max, fighting spirit max, heroism up to guard. I don't really understand the guards too much. Guard charge, heal guard, pose of victory. Okay, auto protection, because he does come with auto fort. Pretty much, if you really think about it, because he only loses if he dies. I mean, if he doesn't die, then pretty awesome, right? We have Breaker, which is very nice. Doppelhander favorite sword, Doppelhander boost 2, which you can use Doppelhander boost 1. I think we have that. I can't remember now. Now I'm losing my mind a little bit. Sword high boost, fire high drive, fire attack raise 2. I don't see a mega, which is kind of a bummer. I don't know why he wouldn't include a mega. I honestly would swap out the fire high for a fire mega. We do have fire attack raise 3 and then critical raise. I probably would have swapped out the critical raise for the mega, to be totally honest with you. I don't see much crit. There's no crit at all in his kit. So I don't know why we have a critical. And he doesn't come with... Huh. That's interesting why they put that on there. We have armor HP plus 2, high boost. Very nice. Giant killing 2. Also really good. Physical weak point boost. Piercing. Skill charge 1. Shiver's mindset 2. Sword, which we think we have Shiver's mindset 1, and downfall spirit and strategic point. Any unit that comes with the downfall spirit is going to be fantastic. Good little survivability built in. So overall, kit is nice. We're only gonna really know how well he works whenever he launches. I really want to see the speed on which the SD maxes out at. I also would really like to test out the break to see if he could be potentially a very good breaker. So kind of, it's a good kit. There's a couple things I don't like. Like I don't really care for the critical raise. I think we could have used mega instead. But overall we're looking at a very high damage fire. Sorry, Adele. DPS with a very decent, and actually I'm gonna say more than decent, a very high value break. So it has a lot of protection on him as well. It looks like you can run armor on him. So yeah, no, it's gonna be interesting to see what he can do. Now moving on to the arc. First off, let's just talk about the beauty of this arc. They just blow me away when it comes to the art styles for these things. For this one, we have Ultra Chronos. We have arc trait for every living ally with a sword equipped other than the unit. Physical attack damage plus 10%, so you at max 30%. When reviving an ally with active skills, give that ally undead type and SCR INT 30% buff. Niche situations, again, we probably will not use that very often. When only one weapon is equipped, is one sword damage to guarding enemies is plus 50%. Now that does have some value, possibly in arena. Damage cap to non-guarding enemies is plus 2,000. So it's a small value. It's there. I don't see higher tier players really using it. Like I said, even the beginning trait is kind of niche in my opinion. There's some, of course, there is going to be some value of it later on down the road. I'm sure someone will think it's something, but it's just not something like just pounces off at you. We have the learnable skills. We do have Swordian Might. When only weapon is equipped as one sword. Again, this is going to be teachable. So we do have several other units that have only one weapon is equipped as one sword, like Bayland, Roland. All you have to do is attack damage plus 50% and use the same attribute as the weapon type. So it's a very easy concept. The one thing we want to talk about is maybe how much it costs. Maybe 6-7 SC for this. I see, honestly, at 5 it'd be some amazing value at 5 SC. So we'll see when that drops and see what that's going to be. The next thing we do have is now we will end the battle. We have 40 seconds after the battle start. Give damage dealt plus 20% buff. Now this does have some value for longer fights. 20% is quite a bit of buff, right? I could see this if you're in arena specifically. I know it might be kind of a niche situation, but if you're fighting against a tank team, this after 40 seconds definitely will go by in arena. You get a nice little buff towards the end to kind of boost that damage towards the end. Usually a lot of arena players will run like fast forward, fast protection, a lot of defensive stuff, and after 40 seconds everything kind of runs out. Well, when everything runs out, 40 seconds you get a buff to help you out to finish off the other team. There's, like I said, there's ways around using certain skills. That's just kind of an idea of why that could be good. It could be built for, you can use it for arena and like long battles and like high-end fights. Fire drive is new. We're finally getting that. We do have fire physical attack and special damage plus 10%, which is very good. It also does come with stock skill 2, sword equipped, and sword high boost. So honestly, a beautiful arc at that. Trait, mediocre. Skills, nice. I do like all of these skills, and I would find, you know, I could find a place to put them. As far as the AER goes, let's see if I can remember. I think it was a sword. Yeah, it was a sword. It looks amazing. I love this sword. It is a dark attribute sword. We have light and dark attack damage plus 10% and crit rate plus 3. That's great. Light and yeah, no, that's really great. We'll find use of this 100%. Nothing on the attribute resistances and nothing on the status element resistance. Not a bad sword. So there's definitely some value in getting this arc with the skills and the weapon. So for this unit, I definitely am excited. Again, this is what I was talking about earlier. This wallpaper is probably going to be my main one for quite some time. My favorite game with one of my favorite games, so good. So let's kind of minimize that real quick. And I wanted to kind of go over the next character. Now, we do have Luke from the Tale of Abyss game. We're going to go ahead and start running this one. So good. So just real quick before we start this, if you guys have not played Tales of Abyss, it's a fantastic game. There's a lot of cool mechanics that they introduce into the character. I kind of pulled up some stuff so I can kind of go over it. I don't know, it's a little weird, but we'll go ahead and talk about it. But if you guys haven't played it, it is on the PS2. You can emulate it too. It's a great game. You should definitely check it out. Also, 3DS copy of it was really neat whenever I first got it. You know, playing a Tales game in 3D was a lot of fun. But anyways, let's get back into the trailer here. One of my favorites right here. Single target, and then all target. Oh my god, that is so good. It's so good. They did such a great job on the S4. All right, so the first thing I said is this guy better be dual wield. So here we got 6 hits. So yeah, that's without dual wield. So he does come with dual wield built in. So 12 hits on this guy. It looks like a dash. Not a dash. Let's find that. Let's see. They usually start off pretty close. So I don't see like how the run up is. But this is a little bit on the slow side, but it looks like you can trap everybody in here and someone will get hit. So it has a very strong AoE, but you will have to run up on this. There's no gap closing or anything. I believe this is at 12 hits. 12 hits, right? Yeah, 24 hits total. That's 16. Okay, so just double that. Let's look at that animation one more time. Looks like he's at mid distance right here. Oh no, that's part of the skill. See, they don't really show you the distance. See how he's right there? Okay, so there might be some run up there. And it's more, it looks like, you know, honestly, it says white area. Let's look at this again. And then of course, this S4 is so beautiful, man. This last part. This last part. Wow. That's so good. All right. I love the art. We have Luke. Traits, we do have Albert style swordsmanship. This is just simple. I love it when it's simple. Light damage plus 40%. Damage cap plus okay. Boom, done. Continuous fort and protection. He gets 20% to physical and defense right off the bat. Continuous. Doesn't matter if he dies or anything. It's continuous. When taking physical attacks, chance to nullify damage taken. The dude has built-in super armor. So right now, we're off the bat. We have a dual wielding light damage with a decent damage cap with continuous fort protection and then has super armor. And we're only at the trait 1. That is insane. For Swordman, we do for trait 2. We do have this one kind of got me a little bit twisted, but I'll try to explain it. I might come off a little weird on this one. So when using a skill, fill the over limit gauge. OL is over limit gauge. When you give the unit the over limit gauge buff based on the amount of filled over limit gauge, or just call it the limit gauge. I'm tired of saying over limit. Max 1. The limit gauge buff active, you get limit gauge won't fill. So when it's active, it won't fill anymore. When unit or allies are attribute attacking with the skill / magic, chance to give unit FOF buff of that attribute. So if we want to go ahead and look at what the FOF means, it is FOF changes fields of I can't say this right. Faunans. Basically what happens is right here, it changes the element based on what I guess what your team is using. So like in the game, if you use like Void Tempest plus Wind, you get Dragon Tempest. If you use Tiger Blade plus Earth, you get a different type of skill. So you're kind of like merging skills a little bit here. So the way I look at this is this kind of, it's just part of the game. They just implement it into Last Cloudia. It's kind of like a niche situation. It's not like, it's not going to make or break the unit at all. It's just for fun, the way I look at it. So basically what's going to happen is that when a teammate uses a skill or magic, a chance to give the unit an FOF buff of the attribute. So let's say Roland is light, we will get a boost chance based on trait level when given FOF buff, deal a powerful extra attack of the attribute light when the next skill is used. So I actually just really want to see this in play so that we can get a better understanding of what it looks like to see it happen. I think that's probably going to give us a clearer picture and we'll be like, oh, it makes sense now. But that's basically what's happening here. It's a very long, I think they could have made this shorter in explaining it. I feel like it's a little confusing, a bit of a novel, but that's basically what it is. It's an extra attribute attack based on a different person's skill or magic. So just look at it just like that. At least that's what I've taken from it. If I'm wrong, you guys know what to do. Correct me in the comments below. It doesn't hurt my feelings. But I think I'm almost positive on this. So let's see here. Moving on to his skills. We have instantly closes the gap for a medium area light combo attack. So that's really cool. Instant closing the gap, we'll take that any day. We did see skill 2 has a wide area light combo attack around the unit, but also allies within the area recover medium HP. So not bad. Also recovering HP. Wide area light combo attack. Really good. Another, I want to see how wide that area is, honestly. And then we have this thing. Look at this thing. That's probably one of the only ones I've ever seen that does it. Deal a light attack to all enemies. Deal a light attack to the target enemy, single target, which you saw, and then followed by a large light combo attack to all enemies. Definitely, I think the only unit that does this, does stuff like this. So a very unique unit. And like I said, his trait 2 kind of spells a whole different type of breed. Not only that, but it does get a little bit more interesting when you get into his kit. We do have Luke's skills. We have the over limit when using a skill. Can't be interrupted by most attacks. Really cool. Give the over limit buff. Only usable when limit gauge buff is active. You lose the gauge buff when used. Okay, cool. We have the Carmine Chamber. Now, these are going to be very similar to the way I believe... At first, I thought they were going to be active skills where you can just switch between, kind of like, what's his name? Ardeen. But I believe this is going to be kind of similar to the way the Near collab was, where you can select them because it tells you right here are set. So that means you probably set them off and on. Very similar to the way Adele's light and fire attack works. So depending on how you want the unit to perform, let's say we wanted him to perform better with skill damage. If you, let's say, well, let's first say this. Let's say you want all these active. So basically you're only going to grab the top parts. So skill damage plus 10%, damage cap plus 2k. Critical damage plus 3%, damage plus 15%. All also very good. If you were to leave these on, there's still definitely a good value here. SCT recovery speed 10%. Boost movement speed. Very, very good. Now, if you wanted to pick to, you know, and choose how you want Luke to perform, you could turn these two off and then use the Carmine Chamber and get, when chamber skills are not set, skill damage plus 30% and you get an 8k instead. If you take this one off, you get a critical rate and damage plus 50%. If you take both of these off and leave on chamber, you get an SCT recovery speed of 35% instead. Ideally, the way we were talking about it earlier is that maybe SCT recovery for arena. This would be great for arena right here. Critical rate. This will be a great, let's say we could do a pursuit build. And we'll get into that. Why I think he's going to be a phenomenal pursuit, guys. Phenomenal. Now, honestly, you can actually just take off the chamber here and then, or actually just leave them all on and get that 3%, 15, 10, and 2k. Or you can do just straight up pursuit, get 10k, 10% to crit rate, 50% damage, and build a pursuit. If you just want raw numbers, big numbers, you just take these both off, run the 8k instead, watch the big numbers happen. There's a lot of value. There's a lot of... It's just a very different unit. I really do like what they did with this. You kind of pick and choose. Very unique in many different ways. Personally, for me, out of Luke and Stahn, I think my favorite right now for the game will be Luke. but I do like Tales of Destiny more than I do Tales of the Abyss. So, you know, I'm kind of stuck between a rock here. So I'll probably end up going for both, right? There is the ticket that's going to probably determine which unit I probably want to go for. I don't know if they're going to be both on the same banner or if they're going to be on separate banners. If they're on separate banners, that'd be a little bit easier for me to decide, right? I'll just go with whoever I didn't get. But moving on to the last thing, I mean, the last couple things here, we have recall, which, guys, is insane. It is a revive mechanic. So when HP hits that 0, you will auto revive and fully restore your HP. Excuse me, once per wave. It's really good. Not once per quest, once per wave. Very, very nice. Next, I'm going to change. Whenever an ally is incapacitated, physical attack damage plus 1k, max 5,000 resets each wave. Honestly, you could have a suicide team. Basically, pull all your units, kill them all off, and then get 5,000 damage cap if you're looking just to grab like a really high number just for a silly video. Like I said, there's a lot of just different things you could do with Luke that are just fun in their own weird way. So really cool. We have extra attack boost. We have extra attack damage plus 20%. So busted. This just screams pursuit. That's straight up. That's what happens here. We have Fighting Spirit 4, Heroism 3, Critical up 1 and 3 for free, which is insane. We have Advanced Aim Vitals. We have Prop Force. We have Meteor Force. Now, what Meteor Force is going to do is we're going to get 50% pursuit damage. Regular attacks will add a light pursuit hit that deal 48 to 50% more damage. Lake did put a note in here. It says increasing pursuit damage is a multiplicative boost to so 50% pursuit damage on a pursuit hit that deals 48% to 50 damage will become 72% to 75%. So it was only on one unit and it's not teachable. It's only on S Kyle. So right now we are getting 80% extra attack extra pursuit damage. Pretty insane. Then we have Spirit Breath. So Spirit Breath, you know, when he heals, he's going to recover SCT. We have Silver Lining. We have Pride 2. It's been a long time since I've seen any kind of nil on a unit. He came with Curse Nil, Auto Critical, so dumb. We have Dual Wield, Soldier Mastery, Sword Boost, Sword Mega. They did it right. They don't put Sword high boost, so we can go ahead and put that on there. Not a big deal. 9SC, easy. We have Light High Drive, 30% there. Light Mega Drive, 30% and 2k. We have Light Attack Raise, another 30%. And I believe that's an additional damage cap as well. Ultimate Boost 3. We have Combo Master 2, which is going to have no issues doing combos because he is going to be dual wield, double hits. You know how that works. He does come with a whopping Awaken 2, which means you can stack Awaken 1 for survivability. It doesn't seem like he's going to have much of an issue there in survivability, but we can definitely stack him. We have Cloak of Majesty, and out of nowhere, Holy Aura. Very old skill. I mean, that year 1 maybe is what I remember on that one. So I was actually really surprised to see Holy Aura on this unit. Just to give you guys a heads up if you don't know already, all equipped weapons gain a plus 25% STR and 25% to INT. And the reason why I say how old it is because it's actually on the original G Lukiel, not G Lukiel, just a regular Lukiel unit from way back in the day. Kid is phenomenal. I'm gonna say there's no Slayers on here, so we might have to add a Slayer depending on the fight. There is a lot of percentage buffs here. I definitely don't know what his flat stats are gonna be yet, but overall, Luke is looking damn good. Really good. Now, moving on to the arc. This was coming down to the end of the video here. We do have Battle of Eldrant. So I don't know, I'm like tired right now. We do have arc trait. When an ally uses attribute magic attack, give damage plus 30% buff. When the next skill of that attribute used, you have a continuous haste effect, which, you know, he could benefit from that, especially with his haste set button over there. Whenever special is used, all attribute attacks plus 5%, damage taken minus 5, at max 15%, minus 15, resets each wave. It's a decent arc. Let's go ahead and read that one more time. When an ally uses attribute attack magic, give damage. Oh, plus 30% buff. Okay. To the next skill of the attribute used. Continuous haste. When special is used, all attribute attack plus 5, damage taken plus minus 5, and then you get a max of plus 15 and minus 15 resets you. Okay, so pretty simple there. Would I use this arc? Maybe. There might be some situation. I don't know, man. These LR arcs have been kind of finicky recently. Don't see myself really using this arc. But the skills on it are phenomenal. Now, and I'll tell you why. We have For My Existence, I Will Not Lose. We have on Boss Wave, SCR and Defense minus 7. It's kind of a weird number to set on, but we'll take it. We cannot see eye to eye. Look at this. Anti-type effect plus 20%. Anti-type damage taken minus 10%. So damn good. I want to say maybe between 8 and 9 SC on that. Maybe if it's cheaper, that's amazing. This one's a little weird. Armor, blind resist. Armor equipped, blind resistance plus 1. It might have some value later on. I'm not too sure. We do have Soldier Killer, Fast Holy Wall, and Giant Killing. Now, moving on to the AER. This thing definitely caught my attention. We do have the 100% Arc Ether reward, Krona symbol. Now, Battle Start, give barrier that nullifies 3 basic status ailments 3 times, permanent effect. Give barrier that nullifies basic status ailments 3 times. It's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. I do like that. Arena, I could definitely find some use for it. It's something useful. It's not broken. It's not busted. It's very useful. I'm sure somebody will use it. I'm sure I will end up using it for certain situations, maybe on like Arena, or maybe even like if there's an issue with the boss fight that causes status ailments. There's always a reason to use something in this game. I promise you. But overall, of course, we always come down to this last part, to pull or not to pull. Oh wow, again, love that art. Honestly, I want to say rely on your ticket. I want to wish you the best of luck on the ticket, and definitely get that 50-50 chance on which one you really want. But guys, drop in the comments below who you are excited for. I would like to know what you guys are thinking. And I know Yuri up there on that top left hand side is looking really good. We don't know what he's about yet, but of course, Tales of Vesperia was an amazing game, story wise, like combat. I loved every second of it. So I'm really excited to see what he's about. He's gonna probably be on his own banner with his own arc. Like I said, I don't know if they're gonna separate Stahn and Luke, but we're gonna find out here in a couple of days. But as of right now, definitely use your ticket. I'll probably use it first and then kind of pull, or we can kind of determine how the banners look. But definitely that ticket is going to be a godsend. And again, you don't have a choice on who you get a ticket, so it's not like you can pick and choose which one you want more. So they're both really good, honestly, guys. We do have, like I said, we do have Stahn Breaker DPS single wield. We do have Luke dual wield, very decent DPS, high pursuits, which means that his damage might exceed. It might exceed, or it should. I don't know. Pursuits are pretty wild. He's just going to be very, very good. He is a little bit slower than Stahn, so that's where Luke's gonna kind of be a hit or miss. But overall, for my pick, just to kind of get it out there, my pick is Luke for right now. I'm probably gonna want both. I'm really into Tales. Like I said, it won't be. Yeah, no. I might have to take out a loan or something. But guys, yeah, I'm super stoked. I hope you guys are too. That live stream was so much fun. It was good seeing a lot of you guys in there. Good luck to you guys on these pulls. I know it's going to be exciting. This event looks a lot of fun. A lot of gear from the games. Just everything's just really coming together really well. They did such a good job on this. I got to give it to them. But I'm very excited. I will most likely be doing, I'm talking to Dojo. We might be doing a pull video. I don't know. Talking about it, you know how he is sometimes, but it was fun last time on the DMC, so I definitely want to do it again. Let me know what you guys like to want to see in content. If you guys want to see more of those kind of videos, I'm always open to try new things, but go ahead and just drop in the comments below what you guys think. And I definitely want to know who's your favorite character right now. So guys, good luck. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.